The treasure has been unearthed, but the echoes of the past are far from silent. For weeks, we've been on this trail, chasing a legend whispered only in the hushed corners of forgotten libraries. Captain Blackheart Malloy's lost gold. They said it was a myth, a bedtime story for aspiring adventurers. But this map, this brittle, salt-stained piece of parchment, told a different story. It led Usair to this exact spot deep within the whispering woods of Blackwood Forest, just as the first rays of dawn were piercing through the thick, swirling mist. But we weren't the first. The ground is torn, a deep, angry scar in the earth where a heavy chest once lay buried. It's empty.
Well, not entirely.
A few stray coins glint in the weak morning light, almost like a taunt. Someone beat us to it. I can feel the frustration rising, hot and bitter. But panic is a luxury we can't afford. My heart pounds against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the soft sigh of the wind through the ancient trees. The air, thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, suddenly feels heavy, watchful. Looking closer, I see something else nestled in the dirt beside the gaping hole. It's a small, leather-bound book, its cover warped by moisture. A soldier's diary. Its pages are filled with tight, desperate script. The ink faded, but still legible. This wasn't Malloy's. This belonged to one of his crew, a man named Thomas Reed. He writes of mutiny, of a secret pact made among a handful of the crew to betray their captain. They reburied the bulk of the treasure, taking only a small portion to throw any pursuers off the scent. Blackheart Malloy, it seems, was double-crossed by his own men. The real prize was never here. That's when I hear it, a twig snapping in the distance. Then another. The sound is subtle, almost lost beneath a morning chorus of birds, but it's deliberate, unmistakable. Footsteps, coming closer. They're not just wandering, they're hunting. My rivals, the same ones who have been shadowing us since we left the port city, have finally caught up. They must have followed us, waiting for us to do the hard work. A grim smile touches my lips. They think they be cornered ooze, that they've won. They have no idea. I quickly scan the last few pages of the diary. Reed's writing becomes more frantic, filled with paranoia and regret. He talks about a final, desperate plan. He writes, "The captain trusted in gold, but I trust in God's high rafters. Our sin is buried, but our penance is enshrined." It clicks. The old St. Giles Chapel, the one that sits abandoned on the cliff overlooking Smuggler's Cove. The locals say it's haunted, a place where prayers went unanswered. The perfect hiding spot. The diary mentions a secret vault, a crypt hidden directly beneath the main altar, accessible only by a hidden mechanism in the chancel. They're getting closer. I can hear their low voices now, carried on the wind. There's no time to linger. Shoving the diary into my pack, I grab the torn map from the ground. It's a decoy now, a false trail. I'm more than happy to leave for them. Let them waste their time here, celebrating their hollow victory. Let them believe they've won. The real game is just beginning. We have a to move, and we have to move now. We'll cut through the northern ridge. It's a tougher climb, but they'll expect us to take the easier path back towards the coast. As we slip away into the dense undergrowth, the mist swallowing our tracks behind us, a single thought burns in my mind. The real treasure wasn't buried in the forest. It was hidden beneath faith itself. The greed of pirates, the betrayal of comrades. It all led to this, a final, sacred hiding place. The irony is almost poetic. They used a house of worship to conceal their ill-gotten gains. Now, we're going to that very same place. Not for prayer, but for plunder. The race is far from over. In fact, the most dangerous part is just ahead. The climb up the northern ridge is brutal. Every step is a battle against thorny vines that snag at our clothes and loose scree that threatens to send us tumbling back down. But the adrenaline surging through my veins is a powerful fuel. Every scraped knee, every ragged breath is a reminder of what's at stake. We can't afford a single mistake. My rivals are professionals. They'll realize they've been duped soon enough. The empty hole and the conveniently placed map will only fool them for so long. We're racing against the clock. Finally, we break through the tree line onto the windswept cliff edge, and there it is. St. Giles Chapel. It stands silhouetted against the now brightening sky, a skeletal ruin of stone and broken timber. Its bell tower leans at a precarious angle, and the roof has long since collapsed, leaving the interior open to the elements. It's a desolate, forgotten place. Exactly as the diary described, the salty sea air whips around us, carrying the cries of gulls and the endless roar of the waves, crashing against the rocks below. We approach cautiously, scanning the crumbling facade. The main doors hang off their hinges, groaning in the wind. Inside, the chapel is a scene of beautiful decay. Sunlight streams through the shattered stained glass windows, painting kaleidoscopic patterns on the stone floor, which is carpeted with moss and wildflowers. Pews lie overturned, and the altar is draped in cobwebs. It feels sacrilegious to be here, to be disturbing this quiet grave. But there's no time for reverence. According to the diary, the mechanism is in the chancel, near the altar, pressed upon the stone that weeps for the fallen lamb. I scan the ornate carvings along the altar's base. It's a beautiful, morbid piece of work, depicting scenes from biblical stories. And there, near the bottom, is a small, carved lamb with a single, dark stain running down from its eye, like a teardrop. It's a natural imperfection in the marble, but it isn't mistakable. The weeping lamb, with my heart in my throat, I press my hand against it. For a moment, nothing happens. I pressed harder, putting my full weight into it. A low, grinding sound echoes through the ruined chapel, the sound of stones scraping against stone. A section of the floor directly in front of the altar slowly begins to sink, revealing a dark, narrow staircase descending into blackness. A wave of cool, musty air rushes up to meet us, smelling of damp earth and centuries of stillness. We've found it. The vault. We light our torches, the flickering flames casting long, dancing shadows on the walls as we descend. The steps are slick with moisture, and the air grows colder with each step down. The staircase opens into a small, circular chamber, its walls lined with stone shelves holding, not treasure, but bones. Skulls and femurs stacked in neat, horrifying piles. This isn't just a vault. It's a charnel house, an ossuary. And in the center of the room, sitting on a stone plinth, are 3 large, iron-banded chests. We've done it. This is it, Malloy's true legacy. But as I reach for the latch on the first chest, a chilling realization washes over me. The diary mentioned a pact among the mutineers. Why would they leave all 3 chests here? Why not split the gold and go their separate ways? Unless this wasn't just a hiding place, maybe it was a trap. The diary spoke of penance. What if the final guardian of this treasure isn't a lock or a key, but a curse left behind by the guilty men who put it here? The silence down here is absolute, broken only by our own breathing and the drip, drip, drip of water somewhere in the darkness. My hand hovers over the cold iron of the chest. Everything we've been through, every clue we've followed, has led to this moment. But now, in this tomb of forgotten souls, victory feels dangerously close to something else entirely. We found the gold, but what price will we have to pay to claim it? The echoes of the past are louder here than they ever were in the forest, and they're not silent. They're screaming. The real test is about to begin. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible adventure. If your heart is pounding as much as mine is, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because you are not going to want to miss what happens next. Drop a comment below and let me know if you think we should open the chests. We'll see you in the next one.